When you accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. That is our quote of the week. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Danny, Hypnosis Alive right here. I'm trying something new out today. So there's a couple of new things happening today where we are in a new month. We just had our new moon, which was so awesome because our sun and our moon was in Taurus. There's a lot of really good energy coming from that. And so because, for those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Danny. Because I am a hypnotherapist that uses astrology and hypnosis to help my clients discover who they are, know themselves at the deepest level based on our beautiful, beautiful universe, and then really diving in to align themselves so that they can manifest their true desires, live on purpose, and have the best life ever. I am excited because today I am bringing you for the very first time a little bit of an astrology update. Now, I won't call myself an astrologer. I will not say that. I am not a professional astrologer. I'm somebody who is a student, who is fascinated with the universe, fascinated with the energy of the planets and how it affects us. And so I have found it to be extremely helpful for myself, one of the best personal development tools that I have in my tool belt. And I've been able to help my clients really, really understand themselves at such a deep level where they kind of let go of that feeling of like, I'm not capable, I can't do this, but really understand who they are and have this information in their back pocket so that they can use it to their advantage. So I thought I would share with you guys some some things that are happening with June, with our beautiful universe, and also why, well shifting. I kind of used to just base my hypnosis, weekly hypnosises on just kind of how things were kind of feeling for me or things that I was hearing around with my clients. And I thought, like, you know what, I am going to let me just, so I'm also, the other thing that's different here is I am also live over on Instagram. And so if you don't follow me on Instagram and you'd like to be over there, go check Instagram out. I'm live over there at Danny C. Muniz, same as here on Facebook. Today we've got June, beginning of June. We're gonna do a quick update on what's kind of happening. And then we're also going to do our hypnosis, which, as I was mentioning, our hypnosis is going to be based on what's going on in our universe. What is happening in our universe? What are the things you might be feeling so that we can anticipate that and work that with hypnosis? So I don't know about you, but I'm like super excited because this is what I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally was like, I'm just gonna do it. And so here we are. You turned 40 and look what happened. Let's talk about the planets. Let's talk about what's going on in our universe, what energy we are feeling, some things that might be happening. If you're new to all this, like, don't worry, I'll walk you through it. It's super simple, but it's just kind of understanding. And you can even reflect back on some of the things that I'm gonna say today, like, have I been feeling this, or has this been the energy? Oftentimes you'll find that you have been feeling that and you didn't even know why. Knowing that it's now having that kind of idea in your back pocket, really, Danielle, your back pocket to be like, oh, okay. So now that we got that out of the way, if you guys have any questions, please, please, please let me know. I know it can be a little overwhelming and there's a lot to take in. Trust me, I'm still learning myself. A couple of things right off the top that I do want to mention is we all know, like, or we've heard, you may have heard of a Mercury retrograde, right? What is this Mercury retrograde? And we hear about Mercury retrograde because Mercury retrogrades quite often during our year. But we also have some other planets that are in retrograde right now too, and are impacting us in a very interesting way. So Pluto, which is one of the planets that we call like our outer planets, the cycle that it takes to rotate around, to go around the sun is quite a bit. But it is in retrograde right now, and so you might be feeling like this feeling of eliminating the things that are controlling you, whether that's the thoughts, whether that's the beliefs, whether that's people, environments, work can be like that. Sometimes relationships can feel that way, whether they're intimate relationships, maybe with a partner or with a friendship. So Pluto is definitely, and it's in retrograde for a bit, so it's definitely, you're going to feel some need to want to let go and to eliminate things. Definitely that are you feel like that are controlling you. The other one is Jupiter. Jupiter is also in retrograde right now, and Jupiter is somebody who is all about knowledge and learning and exploring, higher education, philosophy, right? And so right now, since it is in retrograde, we're going to be kind of reevaluating our faith, reevaluating our teachers, who we're learning from, what our insights and beliefs are. So I'm telling you, this is like with even just Pluto and Jupiter, this idea of looking at your beliefs, looking deeper inside and figuring out what is going on is something that we're feeling right now. It's definitely the energy, right? Now, Saturn is also in retrograde. So I love that these three, I mean, Jupiter and Saturn are really big planets that affect us quite a bit, and they are both in retrograde, which is really cool. So Saturn in retrograde is the things that we've been putting off. It's going to ask us to look at those things, those projects, those ideas, those breakthroughs, all those things that we've been like putting off and putting off and putting off. It's bringing them to our surface right now and having us look at them, evaluate them. And I think it's funny because, again, like Pluto's all about getting rid of, eliminating the things that are controlling us. Jupiter's like, hey, let's take a deeper look at what these beliefs and insights that we have in our teachers and how we're learning and what we're learning in our faith. And then also Saturn's over here saying like, what haven't you been taking care of recently, right? So even with just that alone, that is some of the energy that we're feeling. That might be whether it's consciously in your forethought or whether it's unconsciously kind of in the background in what's playing, right? Some other things that are coming up in June is our moon is currently in waxing crescent, right? So once we move out of the new moon, we moved into waxing crescent, and today the moon is currently in Gemini. So this is June 5th, 2019. We are currently, moon is in Gemini. And so Gemini is going to be, it's ruled by Mercury. So it's going to be communication, how we're thinking, what are we doing? What's the curiosity, right? Like what's going on with us from a curiosity standpoint. The moon in Gemini is very lighthearted too. It's very curious and restless and kind of fickle too. So you might even feel some of that. We also are currently feeling, and we're going to feel this for about 10, 11 days or so with the Sun square Neptune, you're going to feel a little bit of a lack of motivation. So I would say this overall theme for this month, just on a couple of things that we've been kind of talking about, is to really look at personal development, self-development, like really looking inside at your beliefs and your ideas, because this is going to, we're not going to want to do the bigger things, the goals, those kind of things in our life right now. We're more so going to be wanting to kind of get things in order so that we can achieve them. If you want to hit any goal that is on your goals for 2019, the things that are going to stop you or the things that are going to push you are going to be your beliefs and ideas. Those are the things that are going to get you to where it is that you want to go. So if we are not evaluating those, if we are not looking at those on a regular basis, I can tell you that we're going to get stopped and we're not going to be able to progress forward. You're going to feel like you're in that rut, like just like that mouse, on the wheel, just like spinning and spinning and spinning. So I would definitely say, the moon is also trine Neptune right now, which is, again, looking inside. It's a really, really good time for breakthroughs, guys. Really good time. If you've been, wanting to meet with somebody to help you with something, if you feel like there's just something stopping you and you don't know what that is, or you know you've got some of those limiting beliefs that are stopping you, this is the time to do it. This is the time to have those breakthroughs, we are more likely to have, for them to become easier for us to work through and to get through. I was telling the ladies at our new moon circle on Monday, was like, this is the time for personal development and transformation. Like, this month is big for it. So take advantage of that energy that we're going to be feeling, that the planets are sending us, and absolutely work on you. Before we get into that, today is, first off, tell me if you guys liked this little mini astrology update. I didn't go into everything. I just kind of give you like kind of some highlights and kind of some themes of what was happening. But if you guys want me to do this more regularly, I might add this in and do this more regularly, because oh my God, there's so much to this. And when we know what is coming at us, isn't it so much easier to like prepare ourselves and be like, okay, I'm ready, right? Like we get on the, we're on the offensive instead of always being on the defensive, right? So that's what I love about astrology. So one of the things that, you know, as I said, with hypnosis, with my weekly hypnosis is I've been wanting to incorporate kind of what are we feeling right now and what's going to best help us, instead of kind of just pulling out, well, I think we should talk about this month, or I think this is a good theme for this month, right? Instead of like using what is currently happening, what we're currently feeling, what the collective conscience is feeling, instead of just pulling some random ideas out. And so I'm going to tell you what our topics are for this month, and then I want to share with you today's hypnosis. So our themes for the month are overall transformation, overall letting go, breaking through of those limiting beliefs, breaking through those things that are stopping you, that are making you feel stuck, right? Those are the things that we want to let go of in this next month. And, you know, I feel like this rest of this year is really going to be like that in general, but we've got a lot on our side right now with the three planets, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn in retrograde, and Mercury's going to go retrograde pretty soon too as well. So this week, if you saw the title, you probably already know that it is Hypnosis for Accepting Yourself. Now, with all of this energy that is happening right now, with this idea of letting go of things that are controlling you, letting go of maybe those beliefs, and really looking at what are the right teachers for me in my life right now, and what are the things that I need to confront and face. One of the things we really need in our corner is to be able to love ourselves, is to be able to accept ourselves fully. You know, if you think about a tree's got like some really deep roots, right? And so it can weather the hurricane, it can weather the storms, it can weather the high gust winds, right? It can weather all of that because it's strong in its roots. And so I felt like this very first week of the month, with all of this energy that we're feeling, we've got to accept ourselves first. So today we are doing hypnosis for accepting yourself. Now, next week, we are going to be talking about getting into flow. Now, I love this because next week, our moon will be in Virgo, and Virgo is all about flowing, all about going with the flow. And you know, we're still going to have some lack of motivation. We're still going to have some, you know, a little bit of sadness and loneliness coming in, a little bit of protection that we're going to need from our core. And so I felt like, you know, learning to kind of go with the flow, because things are going to be coming at us. Things are going to be testing us. All right, and then so the following week, so we will have our full moon on June 17th, which will be in Sagittarius, another great full moon, and we'll talk more about that as that comes closer. But June 19th, we're going to talk about unlocking creative abilities. Now, I'm excited for this one, guys, because let me tell you, I am currently doing a 21-day challenge of creativity, and I had never, I'm starting to accept it now, I'll say this, but I never thought of myself as being really creative. And, you know, I thought like the artists are creative, you know, people that paint, the people that sculpt, you know, those people are creative, you know, the singer-songwriters, those are creative people. That was not me, right? And so I'm really excited for this one because this is really helping you kind of let go of that idea that you're not creative and that you really are, that you have those abilities inside of you, and they just may be dormant. They just may be asleep, and we just need to wake them up. And the reason why I chose this is because we're Mercury is going to be trying Neptune, and Neptune, I think Mars and Jupiter, they're all going to be trying Neptune, and Neptune is all about this like creativity and spirituality and imagination and dreaming, and that is going to be really good energy to help us unlock those creativity, unlock those blocks so that we can really step into that creative ability. And then finally, our last hypnosis for this month is going to be social confidence. And I picked social confidence at the end of the month because there are going to be some things this month that we're going to need to let go of. There are going to be some things that are going to be trying us and testing us. And the more that we can feel fully confident in who we are, but then also being able to take that out into the world and be social, right? Because we've got some things, some alignments happening towards the end of the month. And then especially, you know, we're coming up to July 4th where people want to, you know, get together and hang out to really be confident in those social environments. So that is what I picked for the month. I hope you guys are excited because I'm super excited to be fully aligned with using hypnosis and astrology, which is 100% of what I do these days, and I absolutely love it.